Hey, what's up? I'm Amanda,
I'm Emily.
and this is Two Moms,
One mic. Today we have, I think, a very hot topic episode.
You're
I'm
so
probably,
excited
I
to
know
talk
it's not
about
even
this.
excited. I think I'm like more upset. I don't know. Maybe upset's not the right word. So a few days ago, I posted on Instagram just to get feedback on what other people thought about technology, social media, YouTube, the internet around kids. And I did get a lot of great feedback, which we'll get into. But we honestly, like, that's a great topic. Like, I think it's such a buzzword, social media, kids, and it's become such part of like their identity almost.
Yes.
That I'm actually kind of surprised it took us this long to come up with this topic, to be honest with you.
I think it's because we have little kids.
Yeah.
So we're not really dealing with that.
I think it took us like going back to work, like in like the school environment, to be like, oh yeah, this is what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think teachers see the biggest effects of technology, social media, YouTube on kids compared to like just being a mom and like, having your kids at home that you can control it. And even like the feedback that I got, like most of it actually was from teachers because I think they have seen the biggest change in kids.
One change I'll say I notice is kids don't have an imagination anymore.
Oh.
I was. This was even a few years ago. I was tutoring a boy.
I honestly thought you were going to say attention span, which I know we'll get into, but the fact that you went with imagination, I didn't even think about that.
I was working with a child, and he had to write a story, a Halloween story, and all of his plots were like based on Halloween movies. And I'm like, buddy, I'm like, you're telling
like
me
there's no like original
like it was.
ideas.
And I said, you told me this movie. You told me this movie. I said, once upon a time there was a haunted house. Me and my friends went trick-or-treating to it. I'm like, come on. Like, I was trying to, and that's what I realized, that kids they can't make up things anymore because they don't
They're really given everything.
They don't play. They don't physically play. They don't, like my son, he's small still, and he's an only child, and I mean, he's not in front of a tablet or iPad or anything like that. He gets his 20 minutes of TV just before bed. That's his incentive.
Yeah.
Like, he plays and he talks to himself now. Like, I hear him, like talking to himself.
He's having these, dialogues.
And that's his imagination, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think having an imagination is important.
Yeah. Think, like, imagination is, like, so tied to, like, creativity. So, like, even if, like, you don't have the imagination and you don't have the creativity, how are, like, future ideas and concepts that are, like, new and revolutionary gonna spawn?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's because it's because with technology also we don't allow them to get bored. And it's important to let kids
it's
get
such a pacifier.
Bored. They need to learn what to do when they're bored and problem solve. They don't know how to problem solve anymore.
Yeah.
Get out of a situation. Like, I'm bored. What can I do to entertain myself?
Yeah.
So, and I think this is all because of technology. I do.
Yeah, like a lot of like the things that people were saying, like in my DMs, were that, at least from like a teacher standpoint, like it's becoming increasingly difficult to teach because people are saying like you lose their attention very, very quickly.
That's the other thing.
Very, very quickly. A lot of them did say there's obviously benefits to it, and don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, when we were growing up, we got like the start of the internet.
Yes.
Right. So our uses were different. Like, all of a sudden we didn't have to go to libraries anymore to get information. We could just like look it up online.
Yeah,
so
searching.
There are benefits, but a lot of people said like they notice behavior issues, tantrums start, less patience. They want instant gratification. They've had to switch like to more computer-based teaching, and just so that they can focus for like longer than 5 minutes. And they just constantly want to like go on to like the next thing all the time.
I'll agree with like for sure the behavior, and I could say it even as a mom. If like there's a day I give Antonio more TV than another day, I find the next day he's off. He's more behavioral. Like, I really need to limit his like TV and all of that. Like, you definitely do see behaviors coming. They become, and I know I was that child. I was glued to the TV, like mouth open, like someone might be talking to me, but like I'm zoned in.
Yeah.
And I notice my son does that as well. And I think a lot of kids do that with technology. Like you hear
It's like a black hole.
Yeah, yeah, and especially like you brought up before, because we were talking off the air before we got started, like you, YouTube, and it's so funny because like kids are now so addicted to scrolling on YouTube, and I'm someone like I'm not a YouTube person. Are you a YouTube person?
Not really.
Like I think guys.
I
think
was like
guys,
never
like,
really like a YouTube person though.
Like I think guys are really into like watching videos on YouTube's. Like I'll scroll
Yeah.
on TikTok. I'm not like a scroll on YouTube kind of person.
Yeah, no.
And like allowing your child to go on YouTube, I feel like they could end up in a rabbit hole of.
So I literally just watched this guy on Instagram where he says he gets like an iPad that's like totally blank, and he like pretends to like be like a child's profile, and he says this is how quickly the content will change from wholesome kid stuff to really bad dangerous things just by like doing like a certain word. So he goes, first it started off, it was showing me like Peppa Pig and kids doing art and whatever, and he goes, and all I had to do was type in that Italian brain rot ballerina cappuccina. He goes, all I did was type that in, and the entire algorithm just totally changed. And he goes, the content that was now coming up, and he goes, and that's so easy for any kid to start going to. And if you're just a parent thinking that they're still in the phase of the Peppa Pig and the creativity, they're already like 100, years ahead of that.
It's also like if you're going to be giving your child a device, you need to be monitoring them on it.
Yeah, well, that's with everything, and I think a lot of people actually don't. They don't
yeah.
think that screen time needs to be monitored, and it definitely 1,000,000,000% has to be monitored.
I'm gonna say it. People use technology as babysitters.
Yes.
I'm a single mom, and when I come home and I need to make dinner, my son doesn't want me making dinner. He wants me playing with him.
Yeah.
And if I put on the TV, I got myself a babysitter. I do. I have myself.
Yeah.
He'll sit there and he'll watch the TV. I mean, I don't do it often, but if he's really bothering me when I'm trying to make dinner, the TV does become a babysitter. The thing is, as a parent, we need to recognize when to turn it off. We need to say, okay, this is enough TV. Like, you need to decide when you need to be in front of that stove and when you can.
If you're gonna claim that technology is a tool, then you need to treat it like a tool. Yeah. Like, a carpenter doesn't walk around with its tools all the time because he's not building all the time. So, you know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna like use analogies or whatever like that, like, let's be frank. Like, if you're gonna claim it's a tool, then you use it as a tool. You use it for that time when you need it. Just like how if someone, builds something, they only use their drills and nails when they're building it. They're not having dinner with their drill and nail. Yeah. Right? Like, there's a time and place for everything, and it still has to be monitored.
And then, like, the thing is, like, like, it's, the problem is people use it as an after-school tool all night long, and they're not parenting. And it's even a conversation I have constantly is kids don't have manners. Now, do your kids say please and thank you? I don't know, like, from the top of my head.
So, like, they have moments. Sometimes they're, like, really good about it, and then sometimes I have to remind them. But,
but I notice kids don't have manners nowadays. And, like, this is something, like, me as a parent, I'm very big on teaching Antonio, like, basic life skills of saying please and thank you for something. Like, if he asks me for something and he doesn't say please, I ask him, where are your manners? And I don't know if parents think that at school teachers are doing it, but we're dealing with 25 plus kids, and we're trying to deal with other things that, like, we aren't doing that. It's your job to raise a decent human being. It really is. And that's me saying, like, as a parent, you need to be present at night. And it's very hard in today's society. I think it's very hard to be a present parent because it's such a fast-paced society, and we're so tired all the time. Like, because we're constantly go. But
okay, even how many adults are using, their phone as a mind-numbing tool?
I'm
and then maybe your kids seeing, you're using it as a mind-numbing tool. So, mommy and daddy are on the phone, then I'm going to be on the phone. And, I mean, that's also a bad habit, too. But let's just, like, dive into, like, content. right? So like the content, whether it's social media, Facebook, whatever, YouTube. So you as an adult, okay, how many times, let's say you're on something, are you like taken aback by something that's popped up on your algorithm? Whether it be shocking, scary,
You know what?
you know what I mean?
I feel like because I saw something about this recently, so I'm gonna say I think I'm desensitized to it because I'm so used to seeing like I follow Instagram pages like Not on Joe's Watch,
Yeah.
and I see crime so often now that I feel
Okay.
like I'm not even phased
but
about
this
it.
is the thing. So you are faced with so much like negativity and extreme things that you don't even have a feeling towards it. So now we've come to like as adults,
Which
are
like,
just
is not
numb
like,
to it.
Me acknowledging
But
this.
do you
like,
think
it's not
a
a good thing.
7-year-old is numb to it?
I think that they're too young to be exposed to these things, and again, like your child shouldn't have access to scrolling on TikTok and Instagram, and
Yeah.
we're adults. We've been exposed to so much
Like,
already.
yeah.
So us seeing things like this,
We
doesn't
can
really-
decipher like how long we linger on something.
Yes, that
You know,
they might
reporting it if we don't want to see it, hiding the content.
They
But
might
you think
see
these
something
kids that are-
absolutely
yeah.
new and be like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And it's really something that's probably not appropriate for them to see.
Yeah, like okay, fine. You know what? There's some content creators that literally just put out hilarious, oh, excuse me, hilarious stuff, and it's funny. But in the mix of that, how many strong political views are you getting? How many hate towards different religion? How many crimes are you seeing? Like how many essays are you hearing about? How many kids with cancer are you seeing? Like there's the internet could be fun, but it could also be very, very heavy.
Well, let's go because now that you brought up this, let's talk about like trends and like, you know, like years ago when the Tide Pod trend where people were eating Tide Pods, like how do we live?
Cinnamon.
Wait,
even
what's the cinnamon one?
Even when you have to put like a spoon of cinnamon. So even Tide Pods, yeah, chemicals.
Okay,
really
but
stupid.
how do we live in a society
Yeah.
that like that Tide now has to put on their product
Yeah.
that you cannot eat this?
Yeah.
Like, why does Tide need to do that? Like, we're better than that as human beings, like educated
But kids,
adults.
unfortunately, like people always say their brains are underdeveloped. Their brains are underdeveloped. Their brains are underdeveloped.
But then
you know,
it's
like
our
this
fault.
has to be passive, and this we have to, be gentle. But then we're bombarding children with content that's delivered so fast,
But yeah, that's all,
and
this
it's
is
so
us.
detrimental.
This is the problem.
Yeah.
We are failing as a society.
100%.
If we need to write on Tide Pods, don't eat me.
No, you know what? Parents are always like, I would die for my kid. I would do everything for my kid. Then why are you giving them a phone at a young age? Why are you not protecting what they see? You know, everyone always says, oh, everything was so much better in the 90s or even like the early, like when I was growing up, it was so good. You know why? Because we weren't getting hit in the face day after day, second after second with information that at a young age we could not process. And now kids are getting literally thrown in their face with information that they cannot process.
Yeah.
And now I see like the fights that I've had to break up just on lunch duty,
It's the self.
where
Yeah,
I physically have to put myself in between, like, and I think to myself, why are kids so violent? Why does a kid threatening another kid?
But it's also like video games like
Oh.
GTA where
Roblox,
like
Fortnite,
like do you like
yeah.
the fact that do you know that in
Call
the
of
video
Duty.
game GTA you could like pick up like prostitutes?
Yeah.
Like how is this a game that kids play? Like how do we make
But
a
this
game
is what I
to
mean.
pick
Why
up
are parents saying I would do anything for my kid, but not monitor their online use, but not, prevent them from seeing certain things? If you are gonna wholeheartedly be there for your child, then protect their mind. Anxiety's on the rise. Depression's on the rise. Mental illness is on the rise. Everybody has some type of thing, it seems. But something that can be so controllable is let your children, and they say, oh, let your kid be a kid. Is letting your kid be a kid seeing people dying? Letting people, like, doing drugs, drugs and this and that.
This
Like,
goes back to me saying how it's because we're using technology as a babysitter.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well,
Parents,
that's exactly it.
It's two working parents now. Like, they're both coming home tired. Like, I'm tired at night. Like, when my son goes to bed at 7:30, I'm in bed right after him. Like, I feel like during the week, and I said this to my friends this week, I have no quality of life.
Yeah.
Because I am. I'm tired.
Well,
And
you're
it's
in robot mode, right?
But it's also like I try to be present for my son, and that's like playing like what did we do yesterday? Yesterday we played Chase Me, where I chase him,
Yeah.
and then like we ended up in my bed, and I like had him with my legs like on top, and I was like I was lying back, and then I don't know, we were just fooling around like. And that's what he needs. That's what he's going to remember. And, you know, I'm going to go, again, on to continuing with this topic. Like, something my friends and I always talk about is think about your memories. So you right now, the listeners, think about your memories as a kid.
Yeah.
What are your memories? Are they what TV shows you watched?
What MSN status did you have?
What toys you got? No, it's literally experiences. Doing things, you know, like all my memories, like I remember like Sunday bike rides with my dad, weekends at the cottage, my mom taking us to Wonderland, like that's like the vacations, like this is what your kids are gonna remember when they grow up, not what they did with their iPad. They're gonna remember what you did with them.
Yeah.
You know, and like I hope one day my son talks about like all the times I took him to Wonderland. Okay, he's 2, so I haven't made that many memories, but like took him to Wonderland. Like I hope he one day like grows up and becomes an adult and talks about the memories, because like me and my siblings do that all the time around my parents. Like the memories we made as a kid, and I think that's just so important. And I think of today's generation, and I really hope they have that experience too. They can talk about memories, and you know, like think about even like dinner tables, how like we see kids in front of iPads all the time, restaurants and all of that. Like have the conversation, build those social skills for your kids. Build the social skills.
Have you ever like seen those either TikTok or an Instagram where like there's a crying baby, and then like the comments are all like, don't travel with babies, or you know, there's so much like mom shaming. Like basically it seems like the world doesn't want to accept children being children. So as a response, parents now have had to say, okay, well, I don't want you to make noise in this setting because people are going to judge me, cause a scene, yell at me. So because I don't want the repercussions of your actions, here's an iPad. You know what I mean? Like, if society's not accepting of it, then what's the other solution?
I'll use me as an example with that video of Antonio running around eating. Like, you know, I posted a video of me sitting at the table holding a fork with food, and my son doing a lap at my house, taking a bite and running off. And hey, he'll sit for about like 5, 6, 7 minutes, but then he's up.
Yeah, the comments went off. People did not accept that was.
Yeah. I had half the people being like, oh, like, did you clone my child? Like, half of the people being like, we get
supportive of it, yeah.
And then half the people telling me I'm a bad mom because my child doesn't know how to sit down. And it's like, okay, you saw 15-second clip, but all right.
Yeah.
And I get it. I really understand, like, the being mom shamed, but at the same time, like, those people suck. Like, straight up. If someone's gonna shame you for, like, you trying to raise a human being and, like navigate life and not have to parent them with a device, then like screw them.
But okay, so like let's talk about comments now. Okay? Let's talk about comments, because that's another beast in itself. Because I've seen like, you know, Dateline or the W5, you know, like these documentaries about child suicide because of online bullying. You know what I mean?
I know.
You have forums, you have the comment section, you know, maybe your kid, when they eventually do get Instagram, post something and then people start going off on them. Like, the comment section can be pretty ugly too.
It's crazy because, like, yeah, like there was a good chunk of like comments calling me a bad mom.
Yeah.
And like
you're an adult and you have to cipher through that.
Yeah.
Like,
and I have a pretty thick skin, and I also like told myself I wasn't gonna let a 15-second video
define
how
your whole
people
motherhood.
like define. Like if you see a 15-second video and you have the audacity to call someone a bad mom based on that, like you know what, you got issues yourself. So like I just like said
But
to
that's
myself,
what also
but,
the internet
like, it
opened
is,
up a free space to say, this is what you're giving me, so I'm going to assume this much of your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think that I'm able to put aside, like, yeah, it wasn't fun to really read.
Yeah.
Like, see, like, there was a good chunk of them, and it was like, you know what, like, enough is enough kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm able to put, like, that aside because I'm mature. Now, children they can't. That capacity, that would probably eat them alive.
Yeah, like, do you think someone like 16 or younger is gonna have that ability to, separate, like, have that thicker skin and be like, you know what, I'm gonna shrug this off because even though, like, I have, like, one negative comment, I'm not gonna let it affect me as much as 100 positive ones? No, sometimes they're gonna take that one negative one, and that's what's gonna take them down.
Because I could say, like, even in my, think of, like, being in your 20s, or, like, even think of being in high school and someone saying something negative to your face. I could tell you a story about the girl in grade 2. I won't say her name because there was only one of her in my elementary school who, when I asked her to play with me, she said no because you're ugly. I was 8 years old. I still remember someone saying that to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, as kids, you reading negative comments, you let it sit with you. You don't forget that. It hurts.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why we really do have to monitor. We do have to do better as parents. And like, I'm sitting here having this conversation, and I can think of me at myself as an adult, how guilty I am with like being on my device all the time.
Yeah.
Because I'm very bad at it. And like, that's like, I've had my son say to me before, like, Mama, put phone down, and like, that's something I'm constantly working on as well.
I just don't get why our most vulnerable population, which is children, are put in such an unsafe environment, which is the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, I know Instagram has, like, parental controls, and YouTube has YouTube. Like, these companies, they try, but honestly, like, that's the thing. Like, these kids are smart. Like, there has to be more things put in place to protect them. Like, kids that grow up in, like, war, like, that's traumatic.
It's us, and we gotta put ourselves in place to protect them.
Yeah.
It's not another tool.
Like, trauma is trauma. Whether it's, like, watching something can be traumatic. Physically being in something can be traumatic. Hearing something can be traumatic. Like, we can't say, like, oh, we're only going to protect kids that live in, like, war areas, but we're not going to protect kids that get bullied online. Yeah. Trauma is still trauma. There's still negative outcomes to it. We can't have a hierarchy.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate all the way around. Like, I just think it's a very unsafe, it's unregulated. The parents do have to intervene.
It's
so
us.
I'm sorry, like, you can't tell me you would do anything for your kid and let them go on an unregulated internet experience.
Yeah, but it's like it just became the, like, I get what you're saying, and I think it's because we still have young kids, but like it's like it became the norm, and we don't see anything wrong with it, but we kind of need to
it's herd mentality, right? You're like, oh, everyone in my kid's class has a phone, so I gotta get my kid a phone.
We also need to start acknowledging that, like, this isn't the greatest thing for them.
No.
But yeah, it's funny how you just brought up the phone thing. I always think about, like, when I would end up giving my son a phone, but really it doesn't matter.
So when did you get a phone?
When I was able to pay for it.
Oh! So, like, yesterday? No, I'm kidding.
So when I was 15, I got my first job because I wanted a cell phone. So I went out and got a job because my mom said, you want a phone? You have to pay for it.
So I got mine for confirmation. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like, grade 8, going into grade 9, you start, your parents say, okay, you can go to the mall with so-and-so. You can go to Wonderland. You know what I mean? So I think at that point, but also we only had texting back then. You only had like 25 texts a month.
Yeah.
So
very limited.
It
like
literally,
20 minutes of phone
like
calls.
We didn't have
internet
that
on
access.
Our phones.
Oh my god.
We had to like press the number 1 like 4 times to get to
I remember sometimes I would by accident press like the browser thing and it started loading. I'm like, no, I'm gonna get charged so much. Exit. Like, it's,
yes, and
too
now
much access is very dangerous.
We like, and that's, I guess, going back to the whole start of this, like, technology is like a beautiful tool when it's used right.
Exactly. Like, don't get me wrong. You need to be connected. Like, it was great to have the ability, like, hey, I can now go out with my friends because I can call my parents.
Yeah.
But, like
now, but it's
if
also
you're watching someone murder someone on YouTube, that's not good.
So sad we live in a society where like parents have to put like their location or air tags, their location on their kids' phones to monitor where they are too. Because
we hear too much fucked up shit.
Yeah, when I didn't have a phone, or even when I had a phone in high school, my mom couldn't monitor where I actually was. No. We could lie to them. Be like, yeah, I'm going to my friend's house. Meanwhile, I'm like downtown. I mean, I didn't do that. I swear. I was very honest. My mom let me do things.
You're a better person than me then.
But we live in a society. Like, I watched a video today of the Richmond Hill shooting that happened yesterday in broad daylight, and it was literally a guy running across the street chasing another guy shooting at him in broad daylight.
Okay. But even
I watched
what about the Charlie Kirk situation?
Yeah, that too.
Did you end up seeing that clip? I did too. Now imagine how many kids saw that clip.
Yeah, and again, I'm talking about it like it's nothing. Yeah. That's the problem here too. Like, I'm talking about I just saw a video of someone getting shot, but like, this wasn't a movie. This was a video. This was someone's life. And
yeah.
I'm talking about it in a very cold.
You don't get the rating. Hey, this program's rated R for restricted. This program's rated PG. You know, it's different. When you go to a movie, you know what you're walking into, right? You know it's a horror. You know it's a comedy. You know that there's going to be sexual connotations or this or that. But when you're online, you don't know what's about to come right in front of you.
Yeah, and I think it's all of this is too accessible, and also it's someone's life. Like, we also everything's just out there. Even the Charlie Kirk video, people watched
and celebrated it.
Yeah, you watched someone's life end.
And
I watched a video of someone's life ending. It just saying that now is just it's really sad, and I feel it's
we don't even have loved ones that we saw pass away. Yeah, you know what I mean?
It's kind of invasive. That wasn't for me to watch. That wasn't for anyone to see. That's private in a way. Yeah. Right.
But look at how many people live stream while they're committing a crime. Live stream while they're drag racing and then get into a car accident. So now you literally watch this person die because they were live streaming while they were speeding down a highway or something. You know what I mean? Yeah. People are feeding off likes and numbers and comments that they just do more and more radical stuff and maybe put their own life in danger or try to catch somebody else's life in danger so that they can rake up these numbers.
That's the thing too. It's the whole thing where we record everything we see now. Where was I? Oh, I was at the mall once. And I ran into my friend's mom, and she was like, "Oh my God, I just saw a fight in the mall." And she's like, "And no one stopped to help. They all just pulled out their phones."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would have yelled. I would be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" That's me. I would have got involved.
Yeah.
But my reaction wouldn't be to take out my phone and record it.
No.
I mean, maybe if someone tried to attack me, I'd be like, "Let me record this," but not another altercation.
Because people just want to have the next viral thing. And you know what? Even now kids, how many kids now are like, "Mommy, can I have a YouTube channel? I just want to do dancing. Or I want to do makeup." Don't put your kid on the internet. People are sick.
I know. This is we could get into the whole new topic of AI.
Yeah,
and, your kids someone put it in my head recently, having my kid's face on the internet, and if someone takes my child's face and puts it in AI and all that, and I'm just why do we live in this world? Why do I have to worry about
even with the AI? Sometimes I watch a video and I don't know if it's real or not. So imagine a child watching that, not knowing if it's real or not.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, stay safe out there because it's a wild, wild place to be.
Take care. Till next time.